Whew, the light, it's making it hot in here. What's up everybody, Kier Gomes here, and welcome back. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about a deck that is not yet released. It's going to be sort of a deck review, but more or less we're just going to be talking about a really exciting project that is currently on Kickstarter. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you probably saw my review of the Paperwave playing cards by Lorenzo Cobo. That review actually connected me and Lorenzo, and we kind of became buddies. If you haven't seen that, I'll make sure that it's linked below, but I highly would recommend that you check it out, and if you don't have that deck, you kind of missed out. You might be able to hit him up and get an extra one, I don't know. But as a result, the highly anticipated Paperwave V2 playing cards are currently running on Kickstarter, and today we're going to be taking a look at the prototype for the deck. Mind you, this is a prototype, so we're not going to get in depth on the handling. As well, there's a few tweaks being made to the deck currently that's going to look different when it actually comes out, so we're going to talk all about that. Before we get started, please do drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's roll that intro and get you guys on your way.
Let's go.
Whew, the light, it's making it hot in here. You guys see my new Orbit beanie from the fall winter collection or whatever? I don't really have any like cool beanies. I think I just have like a black one, so I decided to splurge and represent a little bit. Hope you enjoy it. All right, so the Paperwave V2 playing cards. Now, the Paperwave V1 playing cards were advertised as a retro design for the modern cardist, and I think that this V2 design really takes that to an extreme. It's a little bit less retro, but very, very geared towards the cardistry community. So for my card handlers out there, this one's for you. Paperwave V2 deck is actually very different from what you've seen in the V1. As you can see here, the differences are pretty obvious. Something that I really enjoy about the back design of the V2 is the contrast between the white and black. Given that there's no other color, your cardistry cuts are gonna look very good and very defined. Like, I don't consider myself a cardist, but I will say packet cuts just look sick with this deck, definitely. You might also notice that the back design of every single card back is slightly different, making the deck completely unique with no two cards being the same. Now that's going to be the first thing that's going to change. So talking to Lorenzo, the back designs of the cards are actually, they've been updated. So on the prototype, this is what they look like. The actual deck will look a lot better, and the designs have been updated to look a little bit more harmonious. They're going to flow together better. But as you can see, it's not just a one-way back design. Every single card back is completely different. This deck is referred to as Paperwave V2, but it is actually Paperwave the Glyph edition. I would imagine that has something to do with the back design, kind of looking like hieroglyphics. Lorenzo, if you watch this video, let me know if I got that right. Thank you. Now, in terms of your Ace of Spades, as you can see, not a lot to admire there. There's not a power pip on the Ace of Spades, but if you look at the Ace of Diamonds, you can see that the power ace is actually there on the Ace of Diamonds. So I like that. You see that sometimes on Madison decks. People hate the snap change, but I feel like if it catches you off guard in a video, it's actually pretty cool. Anyway, the power ace, this can actually be seen on the Paperwave Instagram. This is kind of one of the logos, but it's just a very dramatic diamond with a small white diamond in the middle. I really like that. It kind of reminds me of like a casino playing card. So definitely something that I appreciate. It would have been way too easy to use the same Ace of Spades file from the Paperwave V1, although I love that Ace of Spades. I really think it plays nicely with the theme of the deck here. Judging by the prototype, the rest of your playing cards are going to be pretty much standard. However, there is some customization on the court cards, where you can see that the color has been completely swapped. On the spades and clubs, the playing cards are completely black and white, which goes nicely with the theme of the deck. And on the hearts and diamonds, there is no color except for the pips and index. Now, this is another thing that I've come to really enjoy, is the subtle customizing of traditional court cards. The Slow Hands deck has some color customizing on it. I really think that depending on the theme of your deck, you can really get away with doing something like this and making it completely appropriate. I'm not a huge fan of over customizing, but that's the magician in me. I can really appreciate the art behind it, but For me, this is about as good as it gets, is that traditional face with minimal changes to make it a little bit sexier, but not something crazy that is unrecognizable or something that I couldn't use. Now, I would love to talk to you about the jokers and ad cards and gaff cards, but the prototype that I received actually did not come with any jokers or ad cards or gaff cards. So really what we got is the power ace, the ace of diamonds. You've seen the faces and you've seen the card backs. Next thing that I want to talk about is the tuck case. So on the prototype, it's a little bit shiny, it's a little bit matte. According to Lorenzo, the actual tuck boxes for this deck will be done in complete matte, which I think is going to look amazing. Especially the way that USPCC does it. I know it's expensive, but if you could, I would even say emboss that white. That would look really, really cool. One side of the deck actually says Paperwave in this kind of hieroglyph font. It's difficult to read, but it does say Paperwave. The other side says Glyph, also in that kind of hieroglyphics font. Really interesting stuff. I like it because it's kind of like an Easter egg. You either see it or you don't. Inside the tongue flap, you are going to get that Ace of Diamonds logo once again. And the front and back of the deck are back designs from the back of the cards. Really nice. I like that. Very simple, but still very, very elegant. Something that I think taking out of your pocket just looks very good, very clean. And of course, there will be some ad copy at the bottom of the deck. All right, so you've seen the card backs. I showed you the faces. I can't show you much more than that. And I don't want to talk about the handling because this is a prototype deck. So it's from MPC. They are not gonna feel as good as when they're actually printed by United States Playing Card Company. This deck has been successfully funded on Kickstarter, so the deck will be getting printed. And when it does, it's gonna be on crushed premium stock. So it's gonna be a little bit thicker than the Paperwave V1, which is on crushed bicycle stock. It's gonna feel very similar to the Black Roses decks and the Orbit decks and the Hydrogen deck by Elemental Playing Cards. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna throw in some B-roll of me using this deck so you can at least see in movement what it would look like for you. Now, the intended purpose of this deck is cardistry, which is not my strong suit. I'm a magician after all, but I will do my best and give you guys an idea of what you can expect. Alright guys, really hope you enjoyed that. So this deck has less than 2 weeks left to go on Kickstarter. In fact, I think at this point it's probably between 10 and 12 days, I think. So if you're interested in getting this deck, you do still have time. You can head over to the link in my description and back this project. I would highly recommend it. This is a sick deck by a sick creator. Of course, I do want to say thank you to Lorenzo for sending me not only the prototype of the Paperwave Glyph edition, but also sending me a little care package. So he sent me some Paperwave stickers. You guys know I love stickers. And then he sent me this little pouch that has the Paperwave V1 design on a pin or a button. That's really cool. I think I'm gonna put that on my jean jacket. A tiny Paperwave, almost like deck seal, which looks really cool. It's holographic. A Paperwave V1 sticker, a Paperwave logo sticker, and another Glyph edition sticker. So really cool stuff. I really appreciate it, man. You are the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you see this video. And if you do, send me a message. Let me know what you thought of it. That would mean a lot. So, all right, guys. As always, please don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it. And I hope you'll consider subscribing for more awesome videos just like this one. All that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day. I know I will. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.